is getting ready to go out. Daddy Pig gets into the car first. Then comes George. Peppa follows right after. And finally, Mommy Pig. They drive along a road full of flowers. Peppa looks left and right. And George wanders around everywhere. It's a beautiful sunny day, and Peppa happily trots outside to play. Peppa skips along the dirt path, humming happily.
Wow!
Suddenly, she spots a strange, round clump of dirt sitting on the ground. Peppa pokes it gently, and the clump rolls away.
Whoa!
It rolls all the way down the path until it suddenly sinks into the ground. And from that spot, whoosh! A giant apple tree with a long, vine-like trunk grows straight up. Peppa and George stare in amazement, their eyes wide with wonder. Today, the sky is blue and the clouds are beautiful. Peppa and George are in front of their house. Peppa is sitting on the ground, looking up at the clouds. George is sleeping peacefully beside her. Up in the sky, there is a small cloud shaped like a little car. Peppa smiles and giggles happily. Suddenly, the cloud sparkles and slowly pulls Peppa up into the air. At the same time, Sleepy George is also lifted up. George wakes up with surprise. The cloud car carries Peppa and George, driving around and around the house. They fly over trees, the roof, and the garden. Peppa and George lay on the grass, watching fluffy white clouds drift across the sky. Suddenly, a big cloud shaped just like Daddy Pig appeared, making the little ones giggle with delight. The cloud stretched out its soft, fluffy arm and lifted Peppa and George gently into the sky. Peppa and George rode on the fluffy cloud, watching their little house grow smaller below. The magical cloud took them around the hills in the sky, before gently returning them to the familiar garden. Play with toy planes. Today, Peppa and George are playing with toy planes in the garden. Peppa is looking for her favorite toy plane. Peppa and George hold their planes and run around the garden, laughing. Peppa throws her plane into the air, and so does George. Both planes fly around the sky, spinning beautifully. Whoa! Painting on the wall. Peppa brought out a box of chalk and noticed the big white wall beside the house. George ran over with colorful chalk pieces, excited to join his sister. Aha!
Huh.
Go! Go!
Peppa starts drawing flowers on the wall. George draws flowers in a boat on the water. Daddy Pig draws the sun in a house.
Whoa! Yahoo! Go to a restaurant. Yahoo!
Today is a very fun day. Peppa, George, and Daddy Pig are going out. At the cinema, Gerald Giraffe has just finished watching a film and meets Peppa's family.
Hi!
George is starting to feel hungry. Gerald Giraffe has an idea. They will all go to the restaurant. George quickly grabs a sandwich and takes a big bite. Ha! Oh! Ha!
What? Ha! Aha!
Football! Today, Peppa and George decide to play football in the garden. Peppa passes the ball to George, and George makes a perfect catch. George takes a big kick, sending the ball straight towards Peppa. The ball bounces off the wall and hits Peppa, making her tumble onto the grass.
beautiful morning at Peppa's house. George Pig really loves to play outside. Mommy, Daddy, and Peppa have already gone out too. Hop in the car. Time to hit the road. George Pig loves going shopping with his family. Peppa and George love going shopping. Hey! First, we need to find the bananas.
Peppa and George secretly sneak outside while Daddy Pig is still sleeping. Peppa jumps outside quickly while little George follows slowly behind her. Not far away, they discover a huge, perfectly round rock sitting on the ground.
Whoa!
They push the round rock toward Daddy Pig and roll it right past him. The rumbling sound startles Daddy Pig awake, but only for a moment. He goes back to sleep instantly. This time, the loud rolling makes Daddy Pig wake up fully, and he starts laughing. The sky slowly turns darker as evening arrives. Peppa and George sit in the yard, looking up at the stars. Daddy Pig steps outside, carrying a telescope to see the stars even clearer. Peppa becomes excited the moment she sees Daddy Pig bringing the telescope. Peppa climbs onto the roof and watches as a bright shooting star streaks across the sky. Peppa and George gasp in amazement, their eyes sparkling. The whole pig family stands together in the yard, looking up at the beautiful night sky. After the rain, shiny puddles appeared all over Peppa's garden. Peppa and George put on raincoats and boots to explore the yard. Peppa jumped into a big puddle, making ripples spread out. George jumped into the puddle, sending water splashing everywhere. They jumped together again and again, splashing water and making the puddle bigger. Daddy Pig walked over and made a huge jump, splashing water high into the air. Library. Today, Peppa and George are going to the bookstore. Come on, family, let's get in the car. Peppa and George really love going to the bookstore. There are so many books to choose from. Peppa picks a princess book. And George chooses a dinosaur book. Today, Peppa is feeling happy. She skips outside to play. But suddenly, the sky turns dark. Thunder rumbles and heavy rain begins to fall. Peppa is startled and quickly runs back inside to avoid the rain. Meanwhile, George puts on his raincoat and boots, stepping outside to see what's going on.
Yahoo!
Even in the rain, George waits, hoping Peppa will come back to play with him. George spots a big puddle and decides to jump into it with all his strength. Peppa's family hide and seek.
Yoo-hoo!
Today,
Hey!
the whole pig family is playing hide and seek.
The weather's so beautiful today.
Daddy Pig
Let's
says,
play hide
let's
and
all
seek
play together. Peppa and George love playing hide and seek. Mommy Pig decides to be the seeker. 1, 2, 3. Daddy Pig hides behind a tree. Peppa hides behind the house. And George runs off somewhere. 10. Oh. Mommy Pig finds Daddy Pig, then Peppa. The game ends, and everyone is happy. Today, Peppa wants to go outside and play because after the rain, something surprising always appears. George follows along too, looking very sleepy as he walks and runs after Peppa. Daddy Pig and Mommy Pig watch the two children with warm and loving smiles. Suddenly, Peppa spots a muddy puddle on the ground. Peppa takes a deep breath, gets ready, and jumps straight into the puddle. George doesn't want to jump at first, but Peppa keeps encouraging him. George runs back to get ready and jumps with all his strength.
Wow! Hey! Hey! Huh? Yahoo! Yippee! Oh! Ah!
Super hot day. Today, the weather is so hot that Daddy Pig and Mommy Pig feel the heat as soon as they step outside. Peppa and George run straight to the backyard. Peppa, who loves mud, jumps right into a puddle. But the mud was so dry, it cracked. Peppa and George are ready in their swimsuits.
Daddy Pig is ready too. Mummy Pig is ready as well. George and Daddy Pig bring out an inflatable pool, while Peppa carries the hose to fill it with water. Before long, the pool is full. The pig family splashes and laughs together, turning a hot day into fun.
Hey!
Today, Peppa and George are playing outside. They're having so much fun. Peppa suddenly looks down and sees Daddy Pig sweeping the leaves. Daddy Pig is carefully sweeping every leaf in the garden. Peppa wants to help, so she runs inside to get her little broom. Peppa starts sweeping little piles of leaves. George watches and cheers her on. When Daddy Pig turns around, he's surprised. All the leaves are neatly swept. Today, Peppa wants to go outside and play. Meanwhile, George slowly walks outside too, still feeling a little sleepy and dreamy. Suddenly, Peppa sees a small vehicle nearby. She runs toward it excitedly and wants to drive it around.
Wow! George quickly runs over too. He wants to play together with Peppa. But the vehicle only has room for one person. Peppa drives along the road, going up and down, up and down. She looks like she's having so much fun.
Peppa and George are playing outside. Mummy Pig goes into the kitchen to get the baking tools ready. She calls Peppa and George to come inside. Peppa and George run in quickly and get very excited.
Wow!
George pours the flour into the bowl. And Peppa stirs it all together until it's nice and smooth. Today, Peppa and George are watching a funny cartoon in the living room. Peppa suddenly remembers her favorite toy and runs to her room to get it. George looks at Peppa's chair, wondering what it feels like to sit on it. As soon as George sits down, the chair shakes and lifts off the ground. Peppa runs back and bursts into laughter when she sees her chair flying around with George on it. The chair slowly lands, and George giggles, while Peppa can't stop laughing. When George puts on the colorful hat, he looks very proud and happy.
Whoa!
Peppa sees George and wants to try it too. Soon they both wear the hat and start laughing. Then Peppa has an idea. She runs inside the house to do something special. When Peppa comes back, she's wearing a shiny bowl on her head. George can't stop laughing. George wants one too. Peppa gives him another bowl, and now they both have their silly hats. Moonlit night. Daddy is watching TV. Peppa and George are very happy. Mummy Pig gives Peppa and George new lanterns. Peppa asks Daddy Pig to go outside and play with lanterns. George flies with the balloon. Today, Peppa and George are playing with a balloon in the garden. George loves the balloon and runs after Peppa. Hey! 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 Peppa lets the balloon go, and George jumps to catch it. Oh! Oh dear, George is too light. The wind carries him away. The balloon pops, but luckily George lands safely. Today is sports day at Peppa's school. All the kids are so excited. The whistle blows. It's time to start. The kids line up neatly under the teacher's guidance. Their faces show excitement and anticipation. What will be the first event? They were both excitedly talking to each other about who ran faster and reached the finish line first. The race begins! The kids run with all their might, their feet flying across the ground. Who will reach the finish line first? One by one, all the others fall behind, leaving only Peppa and Rebecca Rabbit chasing each other at full speed. The cheers from the crowd get louder, and the tension rises. Molly Cat won! Wow, she's so fast! Today, golden sunlight bathes Peppa's garden. A gentle breeze and bird song welcome a truly wonderful morning. Peppa just can't sit still when the bright blue sky calls her outside. Meanwhile, George enjoys building his own little tower. But fun is always better when shared. Before long, the kite is dancing high above, swaying with every gust of wind. The giant shoe! Peppa and George were stunned when they saw a giant shoe appear in the garden. Peppa immediately turned it into a playground, while George was still wondering, whose shoe could this be?
Peppa, the shoe became the perfect slide. For George, it was more like a treasure chest. Soon, the giant shoe rolled around like a ride, filling the garden with laughter. Peppa and George dash across the garden, giggling and chasing after the giant shoe as if it were the most magical toy in the world. But the biggest surprise came when Daddy Pig showed up, holding another giant shoe. In the end, the family realized that joy needs no reason, just a pair of oversized shoes and endless imagination. Peppa Family Rainy Day. Peppa is dashing around, giggling with her dinosaur in hand. Despite the rain outside, Peppa and George are happily playing indoors. George is happily playing with his toy airplane. With a little imagination, the living room turns into Princess Peppa's castle, guarded by Sir George the dinosaur. Something's missing! George, come here! Peppa calls out. Oh dear, poor George! That chair is almost bigger than him. All hail King Dinosaur, ruler of the castle! Playground. Today, Peppa and George are going to the playground with their family. Peppa and George love going to the playground with their family. George loves spending time on the slide, going up and down again and again. Peppa and George also love playing on the swings. George is enjoying the swing, while Mommy...
Today, Daddy Pig comes home. He wants to see 2 little ones. Peppa and George can't wait anymore.
Let's go!
Just one look, and they understand.
The family together, going out for a little ride. The car drives slowly along the road. Peppa and George enjoy the ride. Daddy Pig
is looking for the perfect song to dance to on the TV. Peppa and George peek from behind the sofa, giggling as they watch Daddy Pig choose music. George can't wait. He throws his hands up and starts dancing excitedly. Peppa joins in, hopping and spinning with a big smile. Daddy Pig starts dancing too, moving his legs back and forth, almost losing his balance. Mommy Pig joins the fun, shaking her head rhythmically from side to side. Before they know it, the whole pig family is having a dance party. Today is Peppa's birthday. The family has just returned from a wonderful trip. Peppa and George quickly run to find their favorite toys. Meanwhile, Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig are setting up a special surprise for Peppa. When Peppa turns around, she spots a big box in the middle of the room. She opens the box and boom! A birthday cake pops right up! It's a rainy day. Peppa and George put on their raincoats and head outside to play. Peppa spots a big muddy puddle on the ground. George gets excited and runs straight toward it. Peppa rushes after George. She jumps right into the puddle, splashing mud everywhere. George takes a big breath, steps back, and jumps in with all his energy. Mud flies in every direction. Peppa and George are happily playing with their toys. Mommy Pig walks in and looks down in surprise. Oh my, what a big mess! The floor is covered with toys everywhere. Peppa and George glance at each other and giggle.
Oh. Blah, blah, blah.
It's raining heavily today. George is still playing with his dinosaur, looking very happy. Daddy Pig is sleeping on the sofa, but George's noise wakes him up. George giggles as Daddy Pig frowns sleepily. Peppa is sitting sadly in the corner because she can't go out to play. She looks out the window. It's still raining hard. Daddy, Peppa is sad. Daddy Pig thinks for a moment and smiles. Daddy Pig whispers something to George. George giggles, grabs his dinosaur, and walks toward Peppa. Today, Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig go out, so Peppa and George decide to spend the whole morning playing outside. Peppa starts scooping sand and builds a little castle in the yard. George places his toy dinosaur in front of the castle, turning it into a guard at the gate. Suddenly, a ball rolls down from the sky. Peppa picks it up and kicks it gently to George. They run around, passing the ball back and forth, filling the garden with laughter. And when Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig return, they find Peppa and George had a wonderful morning together. Peppa and George were playing happily in the sunny garden. Peppa blew little bubbles that sparkled and floated all over the yard. George ran after the bubbles, laughing loudly. Peppa blew a giant bubble that carried her floating around the garden.
Wow!
The giant bubble popped, and Peppa landed safely. Peppa and George looked at each other and laughed brightly. Today, Peppa and George are playing together with Teddy and their favorite dinosaur. She places Teddy on the sofa and leaves the room. George notices Teddy, and with his dinosaur, he circles around as if challenging it. But then, Peppa returns with a small remote. She presses a button, and Teddy grows huge. Peppa giggles and quickly presses the button again, shrinking Teddy back to normal. And so, Peppa's little prank ends with both of them laughing together. Soap bubbles. Peppa and George are having so much fun. Peppa and George have a new toy, a bottle of bubble soap. George is blowing bubbles. Peppa is blowing bubbles. They run around, chasing the bubbles and laughing together. Today, the pig family is playing hide and seek. Peppa will be the seeker, while Daddy Pig, Mummy Pig, and Little George go hide.
Yippee! starts counting, but wait, she's peeking. Peppa's cheating. George runs upstairs and hides under the blanket in the bedroom. Mummy Pig sneaks behind the sofa. And Daddy Pig, well, he tries to hide behind the curtains, but his big belly gives him away. It looks like Peppa's about to find them all. Daddy Pig drove his red truck home, and it was covered in mud. Peppa and George were playing when Daddy Pig asked them to wash the truck. The siblings ran outside happily and saw the big muddy truck. George was surprised by how dirty the truck was, while Peppa dragged the hose closer. Peppa turned on the hose, spraying water that washed away the mud. The truck was now sparkling clean, and Peppa and George smiled brightly. Daddy Pig is driving his truck home. He's been working hard today, but his truck looks a little different. Daddy Pig's truck is completely covered in mud. Peppa and George can hardly believe it. Peppa doesn't want Daddy's truck to stay dirty. She grabs a mop and starts helping. Now the truck is sparkling clean. Peppa and George feel so proud of their work. Bedroom party! Peppa and George are still fast asleep, but something mysterious has just appeared in their room.
Aww. Wow!
The moment they wake up, they spot a big box in the corner, and it looks full of secrets. Huh? George taps on the lid to see what's inside, while Peppa listens closely. But all they hear is silence. When the lid opens, colorful paper and balloons spill out, and the idea for a mini party begins. It turns out the real surprise wasn't in the box. It was in the moments they spent together.
Let's go!
Aha!
Oh! The magical ladder. Huh? Cool.
But this was no ordinary ladder. It began to shake and slowly lift off the ground. Huh? Peppa climbed up quickly while George held on tight. Together, they rose higher and higher. The ladder floated past the apple tree, gently knocking apples down into the grass. Finally, the ladder landed back on the ground. Peppa and George tumbled off, laughing all the way. Today, the pig family is going to the beach. Peppa and George laugh with joy. First, the family stops to admire the bright sun over the sea. Mummy Pig puts sunscreen on the whole family. Peppa loves spending time at the beach. Hey! Hey! Today, the sun was shining brightly. Peppa and George sat under the umbrella, while Mummy Pig brought out a watering can for them. Huh? Yippee! Peppa happily ran into the garden and started watering the plants. Peppa's watering can quickly ran out of water. George ran over with another watering can and continued watering the plants. The plants in the garden grew strong, with green leaves and colorful flowers blooming. Huh? 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 Peppa suddenly discovered a strange rock in the yard, while George looked at it nervously. When Peppa touched it, the rock began to tremble, as if there was magic inside. Soon, the rock grew as big as a ball and started rolling. Peppa and George ran after it. Peppa happily rode on top of the rolling rock, while George struggled to catch up. But as it rolled down a slope, Peppa tumbled into the grass, and the rock rolled away, leaving both Peppa and George sad. Suddenly, the rock returned, shrinking back beside them, and joy filled the air once again. Today is a bright and beautiful sunny day. Huh? Peppa and George are playing happily in the garden in front of their house. While sitting on the grass, Peppa suddenly notices something strange in the yard. She points at it curiously and slowly walks closer to take a look. George sees Peppa move and quickly runs after her. While sitting on the grass, Peppa suddenly notices something strange in the yard. She points at it curiously and slowly walks closer to take a look. George sees Peppa move and quickly runs after her. Before they know it, the boat flies up into the sky. It flies higher and higher, moving very fast through the air. Today is a fun-filled swimming day for Peppa's family. Everyone is excited as they head to the pool for a day of splashing, swimming, and making unforgettable memories together. Everyone steps out from the changing rooms, Peppa and George in their colorful swimsuits. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are also ready to relax and enjoy a day by the pool. Everyone is putting on their swimsuits, ready for a fun day at the pool. Daddy begins to blow up the float for his little one. Daddy is blowing up the float for his daughter. Now we can go into the water. Hey! Hey! Oh, so it turns out little brother is afraid of the water.